Now, I wasn't going to film a part 2 to this service of the car, but you know how I said on the last video that what the hell's that? You know how I said on the last video that there was an problem with the sump dripping at the plug. Well, I've cleaned it up and there's the answer. You see, somebody in the past has used a monkey wrench on that and it's actually damaged the stub there. So I'm hoping, you know, to get a bead of weld on there, and that may cure it. Otherwise it's replacement sump time. I know that welding these drain plugs and things, it's not always, doesn't always have a satisfactory outcome, but it's worth a try, you know, just for the sake of running a bead of weld around there. But that is pretty poor, is that? In fact, it's very poor. So that'll be the source of the leak. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to do at the next oil change. As you can see, it's raining now. Typical Pennine weather. I'm using this rye oil. One of the reasons because it was cheaper than many of the alternatives, and this is available off eBay. It's a good industrial quantity for me with all my cars, and you'll see it's high zinc, which is very important with these old engines, to have the zinc or ZDDP there in the right quantities. I won't claim to know the science behind it being so important, but for these old engines, zinc is essential for engine health. I did use Duckham's Q2050. That was my favoured, my preferred oil, but I'm struggling to get hold of that again now in 25 litre drums, so I've had to source this alternative from rye oils. It's the first time I've used rye oils. Time will tell just how good it is, but I did like the Duckham's because it was you know, a good economical oil. The engine seemed to like it, ran smoother on it, and oil consumption dropped when it ran on Duckham's. So I'm gonna try and get some more in future, but in the meantime, you know, I'm quite happy with the rye oil. It smells, you know, like a good oil. Some oils, cheap oils, can be, you know, they have a slight ashy burn smell to them. This doesn't, so it's probably, you know, a virgin oil, i.e. not been recycled. The green Duckham's go up here. That's my very, very last half pint that was left over as I emptied the drum. I drained it. Now all gone. Lovely green translucent Duckham's. Now no longer available in the, very hard to get in the size I want. That's the oil filter I've just removed. You will have heard me talking about that on the last video. Well, you know, I think there's nearly 10,000 miles on that, and the recommendation was 6,000 mile change, and that's done nearly 10, if not 10,000, and you can see it's quite clean. It is quite clean. So I'm happy with that. not as bad as I thought. Then again, I knew this engine, it never got sludged up or anything, because I was, you know, I always did change the oil regularly. You know, it had never been abused or ran excessively in cold weather. What I'm going to do now is drain the overdrive. Well, I've already done the gearbox. That's dripping away there. But the overdrive, it requires the solenoid to be activated 10 times to fully drain it, you know, empty the pump, etc. So if I put that in second, top gear in fact, switch on, and then here is the switch. That'll do. The reason for that is to empty the pump. So I'm going to go back underneath the car now. Try not to get wet. And you can see there, that's the gearbox. Quite a small gearbox actually, but heavy. Only it's 3-speed, but the overdrive effectively makes it into 5 speeds. It's been very useful, and I got this from a gentleman at Bewley, and you know, considering it was of unknown history, and it had actually come from a scrap car, a Series 1 in fact, it's been ideal, although I think it would benefit from a strip and rebuild. So because it's just slightly noisy, but you know, I have been very pleased with it. It's been working flawlessly really. So yeah, anyway, you see that dripping away. I'm actually going to replace the drain plug now. I made a list of all the socket sizes for these drain plugs and put it in my workshop manual, because you soon forget which is which. Mustn't forget to fully tighten that up. I always go around checking, you know, before I fill them again. Now you can see that this is an unusual shape and size, and you're never going to undo that with an ordinary spanner. You know, some people might bodge it and strike one of the segments there with a chisel or something, but that's a definite no-no. This is the right tool, and these are available to buy, I think actually from Laycock Engineering, who still repair and service these units. So when I eventually remove this again, that'll be where it's going for a strip and whatever is necessary. But hey, oh, that's silly. Right, goodbye. Squashing my phone. I wondered who was talking to me then. So this, I have loosened it, of course, with the aid of a rubber mallet. You have to be careful with this, because there's a fibre washer, a big fibre ring washer. Now, I think from, you know, previous servicing of this, once I drained the main gearbox, there wasn't actually a great deal left to drain out of here, the overdrive, but I need the filter out of it. No, I tell a lie, there's enough, you see. So that would have been left had I not removed this. All that old oil would have been left in there. So that's why it's important to service both the units at the same time. And the oil I put in here is a straight 30. Whoa, that's messy, very messy. Old washing up bowl is ideal for this job.